Open Mic is a podcast brought to you by Bethel Express of America.
All right, welcome back. We are still season 3 Open Mic. You can tell we have a little bit of a shift. Julia's in the hot seat, and Michael's not with us right now. He's off doing ministry stuff, and we have a guest on the show today. Introduce yourself. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Miyanna.
Hi, Miyanna. Welcome.
Now, Miyanna would probably think she's in the hot seat.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right, Miyanna? She's like, wait a minute, they're recording? Like, it's not just... I said,
Yes,
yeah, honey,
it's a whole thing.
You're gorgeous. You're fine. So
Just
you'll be
pretend
fine,
like
isn't she?
nothing here exists. So we're just going to kind of get started here, learn a little bit about you, talk about Bethel Express, obviously, because that's what this podcast is about. So, Julie, you want to start off and maybe ask Miyanna any questions?
Opening question.
Yeah.
Opening cracking the knuckles. Miyanna, our beautiful Miyanna. Can you tell us how you ended up coming to Bethel Express?
I think it was back in 2016.
How old were you?
Oh, now it was around 9.
Wow.
I think so. Yeah, 9. And
How old are you now?
I'm 16.
So quite a bit.
16.
Quite a bit of time.
Yeah. There's a park behind my house, and Bethel Express came out there to do like ministry, I think.
Well, actually, it was Bethel Christian Fellowship.
Oh, was it Tacoma?
Yes, Tacoma Outreach,
Park.
yes.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And we were there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
7 years ago, right?
It hasn't been so wow.
Yeah. And we went to the park after we seen like they were having an event back there, me and my sister, Layla. And when we went there, we seen Mr. Mike and Miss Julia. And we went up to them and talked to them, and they were talking to like all the kids around. And they was just basically telling them about BE. It was like, oh, we want to go.
Nice.
So,
Sounds
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how.
Really, did you really realize what you were getting into when you came? Like, you didn't have
No.
What were your first impressions?
We was like, wow, this is different. Like we grew up in churches and stuff, but it was like, we didn't have a clear understanding of everything. So it was very different. Very different.
And what was like one thing that stood out that was different than your experience in just regular church?
Probably seeing like all the kids there all happy and loving with each other, and like the worship part, it was.
So there's like a more sense of like joy and community. Yeah. Yeah. It's like a big thing that I think most people walk away from Bethel Express. It's not like dead inside and everyone's just kind of like, guess I'm here. Like people are excited to be with their friends and excited to engage together. So that's awesome.
Well, we do say BE is our last name.
That's true.
So they took it on.
Yeah. We talk about this concept of like a tribe that you guys have kind of cultivated, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but she came with her sister too, Layla.
Okay.
And so we have nicknames for them. Like Layla, we call her rear guard because she's always just watching out. She's like the mother hen that sweeps people up.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do that here. That's not how we do, especially with new kids that come.
That's good.
But
like a liaison.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The thing about Miyanna was, I guess they went for years just being apart. I think soaking in, looking, seeing things, did you feel comfortable? But I think there came a day when all of a sudden she started singing. My goodness. Her and her sister, and they complement each other so well. Layla's not here today, but they complement each other so well. But we call her our psalmist.
Wow.
Because she just does
That's
so
awesome.
well in singing. She's so humble about it.
Usually psalmists are.
Yeah, they are. Well, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, you like the quiet. You like the quiet place.
Miyanna, I guess I'd like to ask you. You always knew you knew how to sing. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. When did you realize that you could sing that well?
Or have you realized?
Have you realized it?
I think when I was going to my old church, and we had our minister. She like mold us with the singing thing when we were in that church, because we were in the choir. We were basically the choir.
Yeah.
Me and my sister and my brother. He played the piano and we sung. So like as the years went on and she just kept teaching us and stuff, I was like, wow, I can actually sing.
Yeah. So you had some good training, which we are the benefactors of.
Yeah.
We are receiving so much from your singing. When did you know that you like singing?
Yeah.
Would you say singing is a passion for you now?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. See the confidence. Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
That's good. That's good.
And I guess the third question is, how did you end up singing at BE?
Wow. I really do not know. Like, I guess one day I got up there and sung, and I've been singing ever since.
Yeah. Now, did you feel like there was a need, that we had a need for someone to lead? I think because Haley had left by then, right? Haley used to sing when you were there too.
Yeah, I sung with her. Like,
yeah, and then you just took the lead.
Yeah,
right.
When she left, yeah.
Did you realize at a point throughout your singing that you felt one, that God had anointed you, and two, that it made a difference? Do you know when that happened?
I don't know. I just feel like it was just a thing that I needed to do. Like, singing is my passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were compelled. Something in you compelled you.
Yeah.
I remember that you worked and you went to a big concert, Tasha Cobb concert.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us that experience and what it happened with you and what you brought back to Bethel Express out of that experience?
That was a really fun concert. Like, that was a really good concert. Just seeing, like, her sing up there and everybody in the room was just, like, feeling it. I was like, oh, I want to do that one day. Like, I want to be her on that stage, and, like, my voice can, it can probably help people in the future, like, heal people. So I was like, wow, I'm going to keep singing because I want to be there one day.
Yeah. Now, it inspired you to do something else with music.
Writing
Music, writing your own songs.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Have you started that yet?
I'm like on and off with writing music. I haven't gotten to the groove of just writing stuff down, but I definitely sing stuff on the top of my head and just sing however I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm. So would you say that impacted you, that you were able to bring that type of spirit or inspiration back to Bethel Express?
Mm-hmm. I feel like, yeah, definitely. Like, I've been singing with Bethel Express for a very long time. And every time we go out and sing at different places, it just feels great.
Yeah.
Feels great. Yeah.
I remember we had a team that we took to Buffalo last year when the beautiful people that were killed at the Tops supermarket in Buffalo, and we took a team and they did great. I mean, what did that say to you in terms of how God was using you? What did you feel at that moment?
I was speechless at first, because I was like, wow, like, this is really happening. People were killed here, and all of these people are out today to come see us sing and, like, just feel God's presence there. So I was like, wow. I really felt God's presence there. Like, those people love God, and I just felt so much compassion at the moment.
I mean, just to see the tributes to the people, the flowers, and were you there when we talked to one of the cashiers? I had spoken to the cashier thanking them, because it's hard when you go through trauma, and they were so appreciative that we came there. Yeah. And one of the things that she said is that I understand that people lost their lives, and she was there, too, but she said, thank you for checking in on us.
Yeah.
Because when you go through so many emotional things, you've grown up dealing with some emotional things. Do you feel like music has helped you, especially BE music and things like that?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Gospel music has like definitely helped me through a lot of things. Like singing in general just helped me through a lot of things. So yeah.
Yeah, that's really awesome. It kind of reminds me of like I watched the Aretha Franklin, the biopic
Yes.
of her. Have you watched that at all?
No, I haven't.
I know her life.
Her movie? The movie?
The movie, yeah.
Yes, okay.
What's her name?
Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson, yeah.
Yes.
Really great movie. I know her life had lots of ups and downs, but like her
Yes.
start of her life was doing those types of events. It was, going with Martin Luther and like singing after something like that happened and just being able to like be a healing presence for people.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really powerful and important part of music, especially because there's a whole other side of the industry that just wants to use it for
Right.
money, and that's
Yeah.
basically it,
Yeah.
right? But like to use your voice to help someone feel peace, the peace of God, that's something you can't really, it's priceless,
Yeah,
honestly, and it's a really powerful thing.
Yeah. I've had the great pleasure, and so has Michael, any Bethel Express leader, to see when Miyanna has sung how she has been able to encourage people, not just by her singing, but some of the comforting, encouraging words that she said to them that really has made the difference, in their life. And that's good. So, Miyanna, what could you say in terms of, has your, first of all, what do you look forward to most about in BE?
I just look forward to seeing all my sisters and my little brothers, I just love seeing them and like catching up with them and talking about our week and how's life going with them. So, yeah.
Good. And would you say that your life has improved since BE?
Yes, definitely, like 100% approved. Like I feel like I wouldn't be where I am today and like act the way I act without BE, especially with the school situation. Like I wouldn't be in the school, I wouldn't be getting the education that I'm getting without BE. So yeah, BE has definitely changed my life for the better.
That's awesome.
Miyanna is the recipient of a scholarship. She is scholarship to a private school.
Nice.
And we have two great Christians. We have great Christian schools, and the one she goes to, and they're all very competitive.
Yeah.
But we have watched her, and this is where maturity comes in.
Yeah.
We hope that we spiritual strength, social stability, scholastic success. And she at that point, I believe, has realized what her identity is. That she's a daughter of the King, and social stability, she just carries herself very well. She's just moved from point A to Z and hitting off the charts, and how she's matured. And one of the reasons why I say that, because she is on her way to academic success. The school she goes to, her very first year, you were in 8th grade, you went, right? 8th grade. Did not do very well at all. In fact, because it was just so different from where she came out of.
Yeah.
And where she came out of, she was doing very well. And so she didn't do well, and she was failing 2 classes. And buckled down, did not have to do summer school.
Nice.
Passed. And their grades are like a hard C is equal to like an A in the city school district. Yeah. So she pulled that out, and then second year did even better.
Wow.
This year she has brought up to a 92
nice.
plus going on. But I watched her stop certain things so that she could focus on school, which blesses us, because she wanted to focus and to achieve, and then to see for the people, because that we're talking good money that people are putting behind her and some of our kids in order for her to go to school.
Yeah.
And she won, let's see, this year. See, we brag on Jesus because Jesus did it. Let's see, she got the biology award.
Nice.
She got a Bible award because she loves discussing things with Michael. I think that's one of your favorite moments is the questions that you get to share with Michael and ask him and learn and grow from it. Yeah. He comes and he tells me some of the... It's not like a confidential conversation, right? Mm-hmm. But what it is it's just exciting that excites him when you want to know more about your relationship, about the Word of God. And so that is what I would say is his favorite, I know, and hopefully yours. But to see her do that, and then to also get a Black Scholars Award, and really, I mean, she worked hard for this.
Yeah.
And for that, so I said there's good money going behind her. And so the people that support her have the good knowledge of knowing that she's not wasting their money.
Yeah.
That they're sowing into good soil, and that she doesn't take it lightly.
Yeah.
And just to see how her school and her teachers and her classmates really enjoy her, they love her. Sure, we have cultural things, that we work out, which have worked out, right? But
yeah,
but
that's real.
But they see the depth of who she is, and she's so kind, and look at she's blushing now. but I just watch how she, has made friends, good friends at school. Would you say that has what? In terms of your friendship, what do you feel that it allows you to be and have? I don't know if I asked that right.
Yeah, I don't.
What are the benefits of your friendships now that you have at school that you found at a safe friendship? You would hope, y'all not going out trying to videotape someone get beat up.
No. I'm just happy to be surrounded by people that love Jesus like how I love Jesus. Like, it's just a really, really good feeling that I can just be comfortable and just ram on about God with my friends, and we could just have discussions and stuff and sit on FaceTime and talk about like anything about school, helping each other out with the work if we need help. It's just, I love it.
You've connected. You've connected.
You really can't do things alone. You need people in your life like that.
Yeah.
I've learned that too.
Yeah.
A question, we had an episode a couple episodes ago, we talked about the education system and how because of COVID and stuff, like it's pushed people behind a little bit. How have you dealt with the education system and like being able to push through probably one of the hardest times right now for students to be going to school? Like, what is one thing that has helped you like stay the course or even go above and beyond in your education?
I would say probably like my support system. Like, they've really been there for me and like pushing me. Like my mom, for example, she pushes me to like just be great. Like she wants me to like do what I love, and she just been helping me, motivating me definitely during the pandemic. Like, it was really hard. Like, school was horror.
Yeah, and she attended school. She was on site. Other kids,
that's
were doing,
right, because private schools
doing Zoom, but she was in school.
Yeah,
that was a really
that was a year that she did not do that well, but pulled it out. Go ahead, let me let you finish.
So it's possible.
It is
Yeah.
possible. It is possible. I mean, we have this word my husband always says, intestinal fortitude. And that's what she has exhibited, and manifested. And so I'm going to let you finish the question in terms of what he had asked you.
Yeah.
In terms of pandemic. So your mom's a motivator.
Yeah. What got me through it? Definitely BE. Like, they've stuck by me. They, like, if I had any questions about anything, especially with the work that I'm doing, they will always find a way to help me. And like, they like, say if I needed a tutor, they will be there, like, to get me what I need to pass my classes and stuff. So
it's all and we talked about that, how important having a support system is. Like, being able to be like, hey, I see that you're struggling. Let me help you out here and get you through this together, instead of just being like, oh, you're on your own. Like, that's not what God called us to do. God called us to help. And I hopefully when you get older, you'll do the same, right? It's like
she does it now.
It's a baton system, right? You have a support system from above you, but you also support people that are struggling as well. And that's actually the importance and the beauty of like what Bethel Express is. It's the carrying on.
One of the things that that has been just so confirmed is that we have BEE, Bethel Express Enterprises.
Right, that's right, yeah.
And Miyanna has been a great participant within that. And I've noticed that when people have asked for help with something, she'll go. And
That's awesome.
And to see just the comments that they say about what a good worker she is, and her sister Layla, but she is not slack. You know, she'll work, she'll go beyond, and she has ideas that are so creative that people recognize within her. And they said that Miyanna, we'll take her. Can she come back? You know, and we've always, because what we represent, what
heaven, home, and a hood.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. And if it ain't in the word,
it doesn't count.
That's right. That's what Michael always tells
Nice.
Especially when they have their talks.
So what, I mean, I know you're going to hear this question probably for the next 4 years, but what is like a passion of you that you want to pursue after high school? Is there a career path or something that you're like, I want to do this when I'm out?
Yeah, so I'm like in between things right now. Like I want to be a veterinarian because I like love animals. Like
that's awesome.
I love animals.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I want to get into like organization engineering, like because I love organizing things. I love putting things together, forming like ideas, like having my ideas come out and
engineering.
Yeah.
So. I know this might be related. My sister-in-law is doing packaging science at RIT, which is kind of that concept of like, you either can do like the more like formal, like what a box does, or you can do like the organizational, like aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know, when you get like a product and it has all the different, boxes inside the boxes and stuff like that. So there are some programs in Rochester that are really good at that.
And there's plenty of scholarships for people for you.
Yeah.
That's why she's going into 11th grade now.
Yeah.
So, and she knows that actually what I appreciate is that they're working on SATs and everything at this point.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, yay, and they're serious, they're like, and they have high standards, which she's like, y'all are not letting me. I'm not coming below those standards. She's risen above, and I expect that she's going to soar even greater.
Yeah.
We have that faith in her. We're excited because this year, since she's turned 16, we celebrate what we call, like for 15-year-olds, we said quinceañeras.
Right.
Well, this year is her Sacred 16. Her sister had hers a year and a half ago. Yeah. Was it last March? Last March.
So.
Time is going so fast.
I know.
But hers, and she's going to be so beautiful. What can you tell me? What are your expectations for that day besides being princess of the day?
Eating a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we do is, she's got a beautiful dress. In fact, she's so little, and I'm glad I got the right dress. But so we took her to a seamstress that I know, and so she's up on the stand, and the dress is on her, and she's fixing it, and a gentleman walks in, nice stately gentleman, and he looks at her and he goes, "That is a beautiful dress," and then he says, and he also mentioned how beautiful she was in it. And I said, "So Miyanna, did that sound like a creepy kind of, that creepy old guy kind of thing?"
Yeah.
And she said, "No," but he introduced himself. He was doing something in the community, and we explained who we are. And he just gave a little bit of wisdom and everything, because he goes there all the time too.
Yeah.
But I know she's going to be she's gorgeous anyway.
Yeah.
But there's something about her in that dress and the colors and what I'm not going to say what it is, but it totally represents her. Would you say that, Miyanna? Yeah, it totally represents her, and we're excited. She gets the tiara. She gets the ring.
I never got that. I want a tiara.
I know that she gets the ring, and a promise ring. And again, we celebrate, her family coming to watch, and her tribe, Bethel Express, and those that have been instrumental in her life get to chance to celebrate with her, to pray over her, make some declarations, and God's going to have His way with her. Yeah. That He's going to do what He wants to do. And I really believe, Miyanna, that you will fulfill the calling that God has for you, all the plans and destiny. We say, for I know the plans I have for you, Jeremiah 29:11. Is that right? 29. For I know the plans I have for you, plans of good and not evil, plans for a hope and a future. And we always appreciate when you say Bethel Express, and we're grateful that Bethel Express has played that role in your life to help. Michael has this, and then say Michael because he's just a genius with coming up with things to guard, gird, and guide you. We are guard over you. We help gird you, in terms of yourself, of what you have to withstand, and hopefully guide you in the right path of righteousness for God's name's sake, so that you could really enjoy life when you get older, because it is a dark world out there. Yeah. But when you walk through, honey, you're going to just shine. The anointing of God is upon you. His favor is upon you, and the love you have for him is deeply seated within you. And so we're thankful for all that training she had. Yeah. Not that you were really living for the Lord when we first met you, but you are really have just become matured to be a beautiful, godly young lady who we are proud of. We are honored to be a part of your life. Your mother, she's so sweet. She said, "Are y'all angels?" I said, "Because you must be." She says, "Because no one has ever treated my child like that." And we hope that would be the same for every child, that a parent would just have that gratitude that your mom has. And so thank you for being a part of Bethel Express, for loving us. Thank you for putting up with me. I am not Mike Peace.
You're Julia Peace.
I'm Julia, and I don't know, sometimes they be like, I'm not... No, but I know that she loves me. We have a different dynamic of relationship, and I appreciate who she is. Yeah. And I know down the road, a lot of the kids like, "Oh, that's what Miss Julia was trying to do."
Right, right.
It says, whom the Lord loves, he chastens. Yeah. And it's because I love them that I will chasten them, And
when you described her sister, that sounds like
Layla.
You. Yeah, that's right. You got that.
Layla.
Don't take no crap.
Yeah. Layla don't mess with Layla.
Yeah, do not mess. Do not mess.
And so thank you for being a part of Bethel Express. Thank you for coming on. I think you did a fabulous job.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
Hero Small H.
Yeah,
I know he and his wife are great supporters of BE and Tone Studios for what they do.
Yeah.
And what they want to do is just highlight what God is doing, and you definitely are a highlight. You're a highlight, and God is highlighting you today and marked you for His good purposes and plans.
Yeah. Amen. And if you want to get behind Bethel Express and help people like Miyanna, you can go to our website, www.bethelexpress.org, and there are many ways that you can get involved, either in person or financially or whatever that takes to help be a support system, because there are lots of kids that you guys have that are, need the support system to become the best version of themselves. So,
and also, if you're interested, you can always earmark. If you want to get behind some Christian ed support, we'll definitely could use that. We raise the money, and some people look and say, "How can you justify?" We can justify because of who she is.
Exactly.
That God has called her.
Absolutely.
So whatever it takes, we'll do.
Absolutely.
All right.
Have a good one, guys.
Thank you so much, Hero Small H.
Thank you.
Blessings.